Okay, everybody, we were so determined to get this show to you that we've decided now to do it live on, or pre-recorded. I don't know if you can see people coming through behind me. I wanted to show you the testing on air. I had gotten a note earlier that someone I was around tested positive, so I needed to get tested, which was perfect. I did the rapid test, of course, the swab to the nose, and I am negative. Yay, thanks for that. And I really wanted you all to see this on camera. Excuse me. So we're going to regroup and come back out here, but I'm live on location in Union County, and it's right in Indian Trail. Kudos again to Union County officials for putting this together and making sure that their citizens in this area, Union County and surrounding areas, come out and get tested, courtesy of Groundwater Solutions. I'm Tanya Rivens. It's Canceling COVID. We're doing it a little bit differently today, working out the kinks. And thank you to my producer who said, hey, let's just do a recording and we'll post it later. She's going to post something about that as well. But one of the things that I wanted to just show you that we are out and about in the community, real talk, real resources, and of course, just real life circumstances. We've got a pandemic, folks, that's destroying our community. And our role is to keep you informed. Of course, this pandemic is relentless. And we're going to be relentless in our efforts to help protect you and the people you love, because COVID is continuously still attacking our community, our families, and our way of life, and it hasn't stopped. We're still in the pandemic. I know things are getting better, or let's say have improved. As a matter of fact, the numbers seem to be going down, but we can't drop our guards because we're heading into the colder months. We'll be heading inside, and of course that means you'll be with a lot more people in a small, closed-in area, especially as we enter the colder months. Of course, it's not cold out here today, folks. We're in the mid-70s. It's a beautiful Carolina blue sky, a little bit of wind. What else can you ask for? Well, thank you again to our sponsors, Mecklenburg County Public Health, mecnc.gov, and thank you to Groundwater Solutions. And speaking of Groundwater Solutions, I've got Terry Johnson, who just walked over, and he's going to join me. Terry, if you could get into this set and lean in a little bit. You see, I just had my test, and I am negative, so that's a good thing. I'm very excited about that. But tell us what you guys are doing here one more time, that what you're doing here and your hours of operation. I'm going to lean over so you can lean in, okay?
We are doing testing and vaccination here in Union County. We are here Monday and Tuesdays and Fridays from 8:30 to 5:30. Wednesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 to 6:30. Saturdays from 9 to 1.
Okay, so Terry, you got to lean a little bit more.
Okay.
Because I don't want to look so awkward that you're halfway talking and I'm not. So why don't we do it like this, okay?
All right.
So I'm standing behind you. So I wanted to talk about what all you offer here. What services do you offer?
We're offering the testing and vaccination here at this site, also along with the booster.
Okay, and what kind of response have you received? You mentioned earlier, maybe a little slow in the mornings, but it picks up in the afternoons?
It does. In the mornings, we are kind of slow, but as the day goes along, we are finding that after maybe 12, that we do pick up, and we're doing very well at this site. Right now, we're averaging over 25 a day for us testing. The vaccination is a little slow. We're hoping that picks up as we get closer to the holidays, but it's all on each personnel coming out and doing their part.
Okay, so I'm gonna move my chair over, or if you want to hop in this chair, I want you to lean over just a little bit more. There we go. We got you full front and center so much. Look, I said I'm a big man and I need to make sure that I am safe when I'm sitting. So what types of tests are you guys offering?
We offer the PCR, which comes back in 48 to 72 hours when it's done through the nasal. And we're also doing the rapid test that comes back in 15 minutes.
And I just did the rapid and it came back negative, thank God, because I was exposed to someone. And that's what you're asked to do. If you get a note, because we're out and about more and more, if you get a note, and of course you could be asymmetric, no, did I say that right? Asymptomatic. That's it. I knew playing around with that word. I haven't had to say it in so long. Asymptomatic. But if you are exposed to someone, go and get a test. And of course, right here, the test is free everywhere, but it's convenient, just right off on Highway 74. And now, are there any charges? Everything is free, right?
Everything is free that we offer out here. Even at our office, which is at Reagan Drive at 5104 Reagan Drive, which is off of Sugar Creek. You can also go there Monday through Friday and be tested. Also, Thursdays and Fridays at the lab, we are doing vaccinations.
Now, the address here, though, is it 5580 Independence Boulevard?
It is 51 5150, I believe.
Okay.
Highway 74.
Okay, 5150 Highway 74. It's right across from the Harris Teeter Distribution
Right
Center.
in the Food Line parking lot.
Okay, good
Yes.
deal.
Two big white tents. You can't miss us.
Now, talk about the concierge service that you guys are offering.
The concierge service that we offer, that is where we can come into the homes and offer the same services that we offer out in the field, which is testing, also with vaccination. If there's anyone that wants to get tested at home and is not able to get out, or if you know you're going to an event and you need to get a quick rapid test or a PCR test, we will come to the homes free of charge and give you the same services.
Okay, so that's great information. And again, thank you, Mr. Johnson, for taking the time to talk with us. We are abbreviating this because, again, we were out here broadcasting live and we're having some internet services. I don't have a full team of engineers, folks. If you haven't figured out by now, we're making it happen, but we are persistent. We are relentless about keeping this going. So a couple of headlines I wanted to talk to you about. Millions more of Americans are now eligible for the COVID-19 booster shots. The CDC has signed off on a second dose of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and a third of Moderna's version. So you can also take a mix match approach, which means that your booster doesn't have to match your original shot. And I talked about that a little bit on Wednesday. If you got a Pfizer vaccine, then you can get a booster from Johnson & Johnson or Moderna, or vice versa. If you got a Moderna vaccine, you can get Pfizer or Johnson & Johnson, and so on and so forth. So keep that in mind, because we're really trying to save lives and also trying to make sure that you're informed in the community. And since last month, daily new COVID-19 infections have dropped by more than half in Mecklenburg County. Other key metrics also appear to be headed in the right direction. And again, that's so encouraging, folks, but we cannot drop our guards. We cannot forget about everything that we have dealt with in the past, and we don't want to go back to that in the future. Now, just 56% of the county was vaccinated as of last Friday. I did see a report that said that Mecklenburg County, although the Carolinas, or North Carolina, let me make that very clear, is over 70%. I did see where Mecklenburg County was kind of lagging behind a little bit, and that's a little frustrating as well, because we are trying, folks, we are really trying to do our part to make sure that you're informed, that you have access, and that you have the information that you need. I also wanted to point out that in talking with Terry, since we did Praise in the Park, they have picked up a couple of churches out from the Cornelius Lake Norman area. Thank you, Torrance Chapel and other churches that have said, hey, we want you to come to our church and do testing. That's what we're talking about, making sure that you're protecting and looking out for your neighbor. That's so important. And so it does my heart good to hear him say that, because now this means that people are actually working to try to look out and love on their neighbor and make sure everything's okay. Speaking of loving on you, I'm really trying to give away this QT $25 gas card. Again, it's the QT Quick Trip $25 gas card. All you have to do is go to my website, TanyaRivens.com. Canceling COVID. There's a place there that gives you instructions so that you can submit. Gas is high, folks. It's not going to be a full tank of gas, but $25 will get you somewhere. It should be able to get you back and forth to work at least a couple of trips. And I want to give it to you, courtesy of Quick Trip. So again, TanyaRivens.com, canceling COVID. There's a place there for you to submit. Now, frontline healthcare workers, they've experienced some of the most traumatic moments of the pandemic. And what I'm going to start on Wednesday is showing you some of their powerful testimonies, courtesy of Atrium Health, their critical care unit. Now, when I talk about powerful, these are people that are in the trenches, that are working right there with people, and they have some powerful stories to share with you. I've been seeing some other ones, especially I saw a young nurse that said, I can't take this anymore. I'm too young to have to go through this every day. Mentally it's draining, physically it's draining. But they talk about how many people have to be involved to try to save lives, and how many people are, just being impacted by this, and it takes a toll on them. So starting next week, we are going to start spotlighting some of those stories, again, courtesy of Atrium Health's critical care unit. And hopefully it will change the minds of some of the people who haven't gotten the vaccine, or at least change your mind to where you start taking steps that you're being proactive and trying to protect yourself. It's so important to us that we continue to educate you and get the information out, because after all, our goal is to cancel COVID. Again, I want to say thank you to Mecklenburg County Public Health, mecnc.gov, and Groundwater Solutions, who we're out on location with today. And I was hoping I could step out of the way and see, so that you could see if there's a car rolling up. We've had several come in. I don't see one right now, but there's also some on the side. that if you just come, I'm going to zone over here for a minute. If you come, you don't even have to get in your car. You see someone walking, you don't have to get out of your car. They will walk over and actually test you if you don't feel like coming under the tent or whatever. But again, thank you to Groundwater Solutions for allowing us to come out on location today. We're going to get this right, and we're going to come back and do a visit. And our goal is every week, folks, to be out at some of these facilities to show you what's happening, to have the experts on so that they can explain to you how everything is playing out. As always, life's challenges make you better, not bitter. Have a great weekend, folks. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us, and thank you for caring enough that to keep supporting us every week. Make sure you share this, let people know that we have a gift card that they are eligible for. Also share that there's so much out there for you, resources, again, for testing and vaccines, and also booster shots. All right, I'm Tanya Rivens. We'll be back on Wednesday. I promise you, we won't be on location at 1 o'clock, but we will be back on location next Friday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much for supporting Canceling COVID. Take care.